So I wanted to create a video today, this episode, about Steemfest. And the reason why I've thrown this into the middle of the content creators course is I think it's valuable for any Steemian, not just a content creator, to go to a Steemfest. I remember last year, 2016, I'd signed up what I thought was 3 or 4 weeks before Steemfest, but actually tracking it back, and after this Steemfest and finding out it was 365 days since I signed up, I think it was actually only a week that I missed Steemfest 1, which was based in the Netherlands, and I could have flown from England for £40 from Birmingham Airport. So I was really miffed that I'd missed that very, very first inaugural Steemfest, because I think anything that, the first of anything is normally kind of an exciting chapter in anything, platform or event wise. So I was super miffed that I didn't make those initial connections, and obviously over the last year have kind of been watching the platform, trying to interact with people I thought I would get on with and which niches I should be part of, and the usual stuff that you do when you get on Steemit. Because if you're coming from a WordPress blog or any other kind of blog, you really don't know where to start with Steemit. I know I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning, posting, broadcasting stuff out. Like, I have courses on Udemy and I have courses on Steemit, Skillshare, and not getting any feedback whatsoever. I really didn't know how to use a platform that incentivized you with financial rewards and gave you rewards for curation, actually being engaged and taking part in the community. So I knew this year I had to go to Steemfest 2, and I didn't know how I was going to do that. I didn't have the finances to do it. Luckily, working together with my partner Dalio on Steemit, we managed to find the resources to go. We got some TRF funds back from the emergency travel fund, but it wasn't a lot, because there was a lot more people that went, a lot more people booked in the last 1 week before we all flew out. But we won a ticket and we paid for the event with our Steem, which is Steem that we didn't have a year ago. So that was kind of weird in itself. I've never been to a conference or an event that wasn't paid by a digital agency that was working for. So whenever I've gone to South by Southwest, I've had a platinum or premium ticket, and I've had that on the book of an agency who sent me to go. So this was kind of weird that my engagement and involvement with the platform has helped me aggregate steam power, and an account value. And me and Dalio powered down money so that we could pay for one of the tickets, because we won one of the other tickets. So that was interesting in itself, because we didn't really take stock of the impact of that until we got back. And what we realized when we got back is that we'd had a week in Portugal that obviously we had to pay for off our own back, and still are paying back, and probably will be into 2018 for flights and hotel. We got a good hotel instead of going in a hostel. And I just wanted to explain a little bit why I think it was completely valuable, and I would do it again tomorrow at the drop of a hat and move mountains to go to Steemfest 2. And the first thing is that although we paid the minimum, I think it was 333 Steem or somewhere around that figure, maybe a little bit less actually, because the Steem price was doing well at the time. For the ticket cost for the 2 or 3 days that we were at the event at the Steem Fest, we were ferried around in transportation on ferries, on coaches, not ferries. That would be interesting if it was ferries. We had unlimited food, unlimited beer. I think I've drank more double bock Portuguese bottled beer than I ever will in my whole life in those space of 3 or 4 days. And everything event-wise, I feel like I've done it a disservice in some ways, and that's why I'm looking forward to hopefully having the funds next year to pay for a bigger ticket, or at least give somebody the benefit of going with a free ticket, like holding a competition, because I got so much value about being present around all these different characters of people, these decentralized people from different backgrounds, and all their different reasons why they're on the platform. We had capitalists who were just in there for investing money so they can make more money. We had people from creative sector, we had people from artistry, we had musicians, and the one unification of this was Steem. And I don't think I've ever been to another conference where we had such eclectic different ways of looking at life and different hobbies that we had in life, and yet we had this unifying cryptocurrency that was bringing us all together. And I've been to many conferences and events, and I've got to say this one is really up there, if not the top one that I've been to in the last decade. And so because of that, I would heartily recommend that whenever you see anything to do with Steemfest, go and check out steemfest.com, get on the mailing list over there, If you really want a validation of what this is and why should I be bothered with it, just spend 1 year, 12 months on the Steemit platform, go to a Steemfest, and then tell me about it afterwards. And I guarantee you that you will have more value out of blogging here on Steemit for 1 year than any WordPress blog that you've ever installed. And you'll get so much out of meeting those people as well. Even if you're an introvert and you're not a person who goes to events or conferences, just spend some time blogging over on the platform for the next 6 or 12 months and then head to a Steemfest. You'll get so much out of it. All right, that's it for this episode. I will catch up with you in the next one. By the way, also want to shout out, Full-Time Geek has just delegated 15k of Steam power to this project, or at least to my account at Team Humble, and I'll be using that to promote up the team videos to get more exposure. And I just want to say a big thank you to that guy, because it's validation and verification like that from the blockchain, people on the blockchain, that make doing this stuff worthwhile.